Money, power, and influence are not easy to come by, believe me. To accomplish these things, it takes time, effort, and a healthy dose of deception. Or, if you're lucky, you'll be born into a family that has been doing so for centuries. These families amass ridiculous amounts of money, power, and influence, which they then use to place themselves in very convenient and important positions in society. These powerful families have effectively won the economic game, while also shaping society to their liking. Welcome to Financial Fluence. In this video, I'll show you that this family secretly rules the world. Let's now get going. Rothschild Family. If you're into conspiracy theories, you've probably heard of the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds had a hand in everything, from the ridiculous to the plausible. After all, according to Google's first page, the Rothschilds control everything from the world's central banks to the weather. Who exactly are the Rothschilds? Are they simply extremely wealthy people? No, they are a German banking and finance dynasty that rose to international prominence in the early 18th century and subsequently established operations all over Europe. Yes, the Rothschilds are extremely wealthy. In fact, the Austrian government elevated them to nobility. However, as you are probably aware, the Rothschilds' historical rise to power began with Mayer Rothschild, who used his keen financial talent to establish his 5 sons in Europe's financial centers. During a period of accelerated economic growth across Europe, they successfully adapted to the Industrial Revolution and established an oligopolistic position in the global trade of metals and oil. The Rothschilds were powerful enough to lend money to entire nations rather than just wealthy lords. In 1825, they were lending billions to entire governments. They lent money to France after it was defeated by Prussia, gave the Bank of England enough money to prevent a market liquidity crisis, and gave the British government a £4 million loan after only being asked a few hours before they were just left rolling in it. Windsor Family. The Windsor family is arguably one of the most well-known and influential royal families in the entire world, with family branches spread throughout Europe. If that doesn't work, nothing will motivate you to locate your own Windsor heir to wed. You won't believe how rich the 3rd generation of British royalty is once you find out how much money George, Charlotte, and Louis, the couple's 3 children, earn. Prince George's and his sister Charlotte's combined net worth is already $2.8 billion. Despite the fact that neither of them is 10, they're already making 10 digits. The Windsors' influence transcends Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England, reaching every continent on the planet, including Antarctica. Some of these countries include Tanna, a South Pacific island where the Duke of Edinburgh was considered a literal god, and Canada, where Queen Elizabeth's portrait is featured on their $20 bill. She'll be on a few bills, of course. The Queen is the world's largest landlord, owning more than 6 billion acres of land, and is the head of state of 16 countries. These countries are part of the Commonwealth realm, which includes some of the world's wealthiest countries such as Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, making the Windsor family worth an estimated $25 trillion. The Windsors own a number of castles, mansions, and estates, all of which are extremely pricey, and they didn't even need to buy most of them. The British royal family also owns the Royal Collection, one of the world's largest art collections. Over 7,000 paintings, 45,000 watercolors and drawings, approximately 155,000 old master prints, historical photographs, tapestries, and the $4 billion crown jewels are housed there. The Windsor family's opulent royal holdings include Buckingham Palace, one of the most expensive and well-known structures in the world, and Kensington Palace, which is thought to be worth $4.9 billion and has an estimated value of $630 million. Koch Family. What happens when you combine time, oil industry money, and a healthy dose of generational wealth? The Koch family is an oil dynasty with a current net worth of $100 billion. They have had an impact on the United States political and economic landscape. The Koch family's rise to power was built on the Wood River Oil and Refining Company, which was thankfully renamed Koch Industries. David and Charles Koch, colloquially known as the Koch brothers, founded it in memory of Fred Koch, one of its founding members. As a result, until his death in 2018 at the age of 79, David told millions of Coca-Cola jokes. Consider that Koch Industries, with annual revenue of $115 billion, is the second largest privately held company in the United States and the sixth largest in the world. However, Koch Industries is not only wealthy but also productive. They now have so many subsidiaries and businesses that they can truly do everything. Some of these acquisitions, such as the $22.5 billion purchase of Georgia Pacific, were extremely prudent. As one of the world's largest paper producers and distributors, they offer a wide range of household goods under brands such as Brawny, Angel Soft, and Vanity Fair. They also work with the US National Guard and spent $7.5 billion to acquire Molex, a supplier of electronic components. The Kochs are prepared for any end-of-the-world scenario. They are wealthy, but they also use a small portion of their wealth to shape national politics in whatever way they see fit. You don't have to be royalty or in a political position to get politicians to understand you. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Let's return to the video now. Walton Family. Here's a family so powerful that they have an insane net worth of $169.7 billion and own a corporation so massive that its net worth is greater than some countries' GDPs. But nobody really talks about them. You know what a Walmart is, right? I know what a Walmart is. We've seen all the memes. But did you know that there are approximately 10 Walmart stores in 24 countries worldwide, employing approximately 2.2 million people? Sam Walton founded Walmart in 1962. After the company grew to become the world's largest by revenue, bringing in over $540 billion, the Waltons are now the wealthiest family in the United States. Walmart is a formidable business. If a Walmart opens in a small town, the retail behemoth's presence there will eliminate roughly half of its retail trade within a few years, crushing any competition. Walmart serves approximately 220 million customers per week, which is absurd given its low prices and diverse product offerings that appeal to almost everyone. Because you don't become a billionaire by being a one-trick pony, the Waltons have a variety of successful businesses. One of these businesses was Sam's Club. It was a warehouse club franchise that sold groceries and other everyday items. It ran 600 warehouses and made up to $57 billion in profits. Morgan Family. This family's rise to international prominence began in the late 19th century, with perhaps the most famous Morgan of them all, John Pierpont Morgan. Born to be a banker, J.P. Morgan would follow in his father's footsteps and become one of the world's most famous bankers. He was eventually immortalized by one of America's most powerful financial institutions. J.P. Morgan has only worked in the banking industry and has not founded the first billion-dollar company. He began concentrating on the steel industry in the late 1890s, teaming up with Carnegie Steel's president and paying $480 million, more than the US, to acquire the company. When J.P. Morgan merged his steel companies and founded the US in 1901, he proved that you have to spend money to make money. And boy, did he make money. Steel, a $1.4 billion enterprise, catapulted him to the top of the railroad and banking industries. Furthermore, he possessed 60% of the steel industry. He also served on the boards of directors of 48 different companies. This undoubtedly conferred enormous power on the Morgan family in global politics and business. J.P. Morgan was a member of a number of prestigious social clubs where he could mingle with some of society's most powerful people, including the Metropolitan Club, which had powerful members such as fellow billionaire Cornelius Vanderbilt. Following J.P. Morgan's death in 1913, he bullied, outcompeted, or outright bought any competitors. J.P. Morgan Chase has acquired so many banks over its history that it is now the world's largest bank by market capitalization. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy similar stuff, check out my other videos. And if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.